So many people who own boats talk about how horrible of a process it is to go through to get these things, to get boats winterized. Anybody who says that winterizing their boat is hard or expensive, obviously has not owned a Yamaha. It has come that time again with Indiana weather, where as much as I hate to do it, it is time to winterize the boat and get it tucked away into the barn as far as we can for the next 6, 7, 8 months. Now this is not a boat review, but this is a twin engine, high output Yamaha boat. There is tons of storage under each of the seats. There's a very spacious cockpit layout with the J seating in the back. There's an enormous storage locker up underneath the floor. We got a wakeboard under there, fishing poles, all of our life jackets, all of our floaties. It has storage space under the port side, where we do have a toilet that goes there and storage all in through there. Also has storage under each of the front seats. Ski tower, a giant swim platform, 2 captain's chairs, both that swivel and recline with your bolster seat there. Dual engine controls, joystick. It's got the works. But this is not a video to go over all the features of the boat. What we're going to go over today is how easy it is to winterize this boat. Some people never have to do this. Some people are in salt water and they have to flush it every time they do their boat. This is just the process that we've went through for the past couple of years. Never seemed to have any problem. We're going to try something new this year. We usually park it right in the center of the barn as far back as we can go. We're going to try to put it off to one side, and it's trying to take a 24-foot boat and squeeze it into a 20-foot section of the barn. But we're going to give it our best shot. First, we got to get started on winterizing. So the very first thing that we're going to do is the fuel system. The only thing that I do to the fuel system is stable. This treats up to 80 gallons. This boat has a 50-gallon tank. I think it's probably got a quarter of a tank or so in it right now. So we're going to add the stable, and then we're going to hook it up to the truck, run to the gas station, and top it off for the season. Always want to store your boat with a full tank of gas if possible. So get this in a tank. As soon as it stops raining, we will head to the gas station. painful as I thought it would be. That 30 gallons, I thought we were a lot lower than that. That 30 gallons will probably last us for 3 or 4 weekends before we get down to have to spend another $100. Now we'll get back to the house and finish up the last little bits and get it tucked away in the corner. Well, we got back from the gas station and I unhooked the trailer from the truck and I hooked it up to the tractor. And the reason I did that is because I wanted, the tractor to lift the front end of the trailer up as high as possible, putting the boat at the greatest angle possible. And I do that so that any residual water that is already sitting in the boat has a chance to drain out. I got all the drain plugs out, all of them open inside the boat. But that's also going to help for the next step. And what we're going to do is we're going to climb up in the boat and we're going to start it. And just very briefly, because you don't want to run it without water to cool it. You don't want to run it very long. But you do not want to run water through it unless the engines are running. So if you do have a Yamaha boat and you need to start it for any reason, start the engines, then turn on the water, then turn off the water and shut off the engines. But we're just gonna quickly start it and we're going to rev it up to try to blow out any water that's sitting in here. We should be pretty good because it's been sitting probably for a month or more. So most of the water that would be in it is evaporated and we leave it up at a highest angle as possible anyway. So we should be good there, but we're going to start it real quick and try to blow the water out of it. So as you saw, a little bit of water come out, but not a lot to be concerned about. We are lucky enough that we do keep the boat inside the barn. It does freeze in here, but we do come out here regularly and warm it up to do projects. But it's rare if you hear of a Yamaha boat having damage because they left water in it. Most of it, as long as you get it up at a good angle, and it don't matter how you get it up at that angle, if you just jack it all the way up as far as it'll go, put blocks underneath the front and jack it up, or park it on a hill. Now I'm gonna go and I'm gonna set it back down off the tractor and I'm going to jack up each side and put wheel dollies underneath it, and we're gonna try to slide it into place. All 4 wheels are on the dollies. Now, before we even see if we can move it, got a few last minute things to do up inside the boat, and then we'll get the cover on it, and then we'll try to get it slid over here into place. So up underneath the rear hatch is our clean out ports. So what I like to do, pull these out and set them up. This one out. And I'm gonna get some silicone spray spray that seal and spray some down in there just to help keep that lubricated so it don't get sticky or get seized in there. Gonna spray everything down with some liquid wrench silicone spray. So just a couple of last things. We do have a battery tender mounted up underneath here. Keeps both the batteries charged. All we gotta do is plug it in. And that will keep the batteries charged all year on a trickle charge. First, you can always take the batteries out and put them on a trickle charger or just store them somewhere outside the boat. We do get in here occasionally and check it just to make sure they haven't baked and boiled over. We just got to put the cover on. A little trick we always do. I just took a pool noodle and I cut it down the middle and cut a little notch out to fit over this. And we just place it over the top. And this keeps the cover from getting ripped by any sharp edges. It also works really good for when you got the cover on and you're towing it. But we're gonna put the cover on, and since it's stored inside, we're not gonna put the poles or the straps in it. We just roll it back to keep the dirt and dust off of the interior. So there it is, all tucked away in the corner. Got the cover on. It's just loosely on. Like I said, it's just to keep dust out. We didn't tighten down any of the straps or the turnbuckles here, so everything's set for the winter. I did loosen the straps just a little bit so there's not a bunch of tension on them. I did that to the front as well, and I did fold in the tongue. I might come back at some point and put it up on jack stands in the back just to get pressure off of the tires so we don't have any flat spots. But it did give us a tremendous amount of room in here. So we already measured. We're gonna rearrange some stuff here. We're gonna put the tractor back here because it fits underneath there. And it does not even come out as far as the car does. Plus we can park it way over to this side and give us as much room as we want to move the car around to work on it this winter. Still have access to get the tractor in and out the back door or the front door. And then just a little bit more cleaning up and we should be good. Well, we got everything else cleaned up and picked up and about to call it a night. It is really dark outside and it's only about 7 o'clock in the evening, but that's Indiana weather and we're okay with that. So boat's all tucked away. We didn't vacuum it out. We didn't clean it out real good. That's what we do every spring when we open it up. I will crawl back up in there. One of the things that, a tip that I seen, we take bars of Irish Spring soap and put it in different spots throughout the boat. Helps keep the mice out of it. We'll put a damper it in there, but I gotta go get those things. But that's pretty much all we do to winterize. We stabilize the fuel, blow the water out, spray some silicone, and tuck it away. Other than general maintenance items, that's it. So hopefully you enjoyed this. Got a little bit of information. Yamaha boats are great when it comes to winterizing. They're a great all-around boat. We've had a lot of fun over the past 2 seasons in this. Family loves it, a lot of fun. I'm sure there'll be more videos concerning the boat next summer, next spring and next summer. So hopefully you stick around and we'll see you on the next one.